Welcome to our channel. Today in this video we will create this beautiful Plexus effect with geometry node based animation, and here you can see that how we can create this beautiful structure, and also we create the beautiful material by using the shader editor. And if you want to purchase this file, then you can visit my Patreon, where you find a lot of stuff like procedural materials and other some animations files. So check out the Patreon. So let's start the video. First I open the Blender, and here you can see that this is the 3D viewport, and this is the geometry node editor, and here I add any object you want. I add a plane and hit the geometry node new button, and here I delete this, and I also turn on the screen cost keys because you can see which I press, and here I search for the grid and place it here and put this to the geometry, and now I change some value of the grid, and here I increase the size X up to 2 meter and size Y up to the 10 meter, and here the vertex X I increase 10, you can see in wireframe, and vertex Y here I increase this up to the 20. Beautiful. Now it's looking very nicely subdivide mesh. Back to the solid view, and now here I add the set position node to create the distortion along the z-axis. So for that, here I search for the set position and place it here, and use this value offset to create the displacement along z-axis. So for that, first here I search for the combine x, y, z, put it into the offset, and here I use this value. So for search the noise texture, and place the noise texture here and put it into the z-axis, and here you can see the distortion along the z-axis. Now I want to add some more node by pressing Shift A, search for the math, and also search for the vector math node. Change this vector, add to the scale, and here I decrease this detail to the 0 and also to the 4D, so we can animate this by choosing this W value. And now here you can see the mesh is displaced along the z-axis, so here I adjust this value to come back to the original position, something like this, and here also increase this scale. Here I put the value 3.5. Now it's looking nice displays mesh along z-axis. And now here move this here, and here I search for the set shade smooth, and here I search for the instance on point. So for that, search for the instance on point, and here in this instance I use the UV sphere, and put this UV sphere into the instances, and here I decrease the radius of this UV sphere. I think this is looking nice, and also duplicate this, Shift T to duplicate this node, and here I use this value again. Here I search for the join geometry and put this into the this, and here I decrease the size of this instances, and so for that enter into the wireframe, and here you can see the difference here I enter the value 0.200. Now there are a sphere inside the big sphere, and the size of these spheres are totally equal. So to create a different size, here I search for the random value node and put it into the scale, and here I adjust the value to create a different scale, something like 0.2. Now this is looking nice, and I also create the wire between these pairs. So for that I use this set position points. So this is the mesh, so we convert this to the mesh to curve, put it here, and also another node which is the curve to mesh. So we use this curve profile and also into the geometry node, and here you can see the wires network, and here I search for the curve circle, not mesh circle, curve circle, and put this into the curve profile, and back to this solid view, and here I decrease the size, and here I put some value of 0.005, which is looking best in my case. So here is the nice network of balls. Now it's time to apply the material for this structure. So for here, search for the set material node, and this is for the wire. So I duplicate this. This is for the outer balls, and shift D to duplicate again. This is for the inner spheres, and here material, I rename these materials. So click the new button, and here this is material for the wire, and here increase the metallic value and decrease the roughness, and here I make it some more dark material, and click the another material which is for the inner balls, and for that here I increase the metallic value and decrease the roughness, and also make it the some dark metal material. Nice. And another material, this is the outer spheres, and here I rename this material for outer balls. Nice. And here I change some value of this material. I want this material to something like glass type material. So for that, here I decrease the roughness, and here in transmission I increase this transmission to the maximum value, and here I choose these materials as accordingly. So the first material is for the wire structure, and the second is for the outer ball, and which is the outer balls, and the third is the inner ball. So the material is applied to our structure, and here you can see in the material view, and this is the nice structure. And here I add the camera to add the scene. So here by pressing Shift A, I add the camera, and press Ctrl Alt 0 to focus the view, and press D to adjust. Now it's looking beautiful, and here I want to rotate this structure along the y-axis. So in frame 1, select this and hit I to insert the keyframe and to the 150 frame, and here I rotate this structure along y-axis to 360 degree and press I to insert keyframe, and now this is looking this type of motion, beautiful. And now here I adjust the material. So for that, here I enter into the rendered view, and here you can see the nice pattern, and here in shading view, in camera view, and also here in rendered view. Now here I adjust the materials just for the inner bar materials, and here I search the inner bar, and here I open this emission and search for the color ramp and place it here, and also the layer weight, and put it here and use this spacing into the factor of the color ramp, and increase this and adjust the value, and here I move this to create a nice ring of light, and use this light. Here I make this something like blue material, make it fully bright, beautiful. Also increase the emission strength up to the 150. Now we do with this ball in the compositing. First I take any render, and then we go to the compositing, and where we add the glare. So for that, by pressing F12 we take the render. So here is the render. So we go to the compositing, and here we add the viewer node, select this render layer and press Ctrl Shift and click this to add the viewer node, and here I add some glare effect. So first I join this, and here I search for the glare, put it here, and here you can see the effect. Here I change some value. Here I choose this, the fog glow, and here I increase the size 9, and also increase the threshold, something like this. Here I decrease this to make some more glowing effect, and which is suitable for our case. Here I find the value, also decrease some more. Now it's looking perfect in my case. Back to the geometry node, and here I take the final render by pressing F12. This is the final render of this sci-fi structure, and you can also render as an animation, which is also looking nice. Thanks for watching.